Rocket deserves the arm. I just want to see him throw it like a spear.
I would put it on the bud. You could fit the pickles. You could put pickles in the pickles.
You can fit the pickles in there. You can fit the pickles in there. Come on.
Some onions. Pickle chicken sandwich.
Take it away, John Frickin Smith.
Welcome to the rabbit hole,
How did we end up on that rabbit hole?
where all you knew is wrong. And rules are just suggestions,
I like the pipe.
made up as we go along.
Shut up, Corn.
Fuck you.
And who knows what you'll find here. Maybe heaven or your worst fears. Whatever it may be, it's yours to keep forever.
Just in time. You've entered a rabbit hole. Please go down further. Where there's philosophy hidden within stupidity.
My nipples are sweating.
What are they doing to that chicken?
They're punching holes in it. You know what?
Been there,
I want to
fuck that.
teabag Hank Azaria. He can make weird noises.
You're fucking weird.
You guys are horrible.
Bunyan rings? Like, I wouldn't eat those.
What the fuck? Hey,
Even if it was Paul Bunyan themed, like, you know what I mean?
Anyone-
Like flannel onion rings or something like that. You're like, yeah, I had a heart attack. Fuck you.
it's a sunshiny day.
Yeah. Fat people need love, too. So, who do you think's higher? Us or Sam Wilson?
At the current moment?
I don't know. I was trying to think of a way of, like, incorporating flight and being stoned.
Sam Wilson didn't hit the,
Either way, there's high altitudes.
he didn't hit the altitude that Iron Man did with the frost.
It doesn't matter.
It's not a suit of armor, you asshole.
Yeah. Yeah, first, yeah, I didn't even think about that. Fuck you, dude. He's black and he's Cap. Suck it.
Some movies suck, and some are great, but our reviews are always late reviews with the boys from Just in Time.
Serious.
Whoa! I said that about Black and Cap, dude. I said he didn't fucking hit the altitude that Iron Man
Doesn't need to.
does.
Doesn't have to. He's a better detective than Iron Man.
Yep.
And he can kick Iron Man's ass in a fucking one-on-one fight without any tech.
Think so?
Without any tech at all, no suits, yeah, he's gonna beat the shit out of Robert
Tony
Downey
Stark is a
Jr.
weenie.
Yeah, think about it. He's old. His heart's a bum ticker. Like, he can't fight. You punch him in that little glass chest he has, and he's fucked. Without his suit, his body doesn't produce a fucking repulsor ray.
That takes me back to the first Avengers movies. Like, put on the suit.
Let's go a few rounds.
Everything special out of you came out of a bottle.
Not with Sam.
What's weird is back then, I thought that was the closest they were going to get to, like, a Civil War nod. Was just them, put on the suit, let's go a few rounds. Like, there's tension between the two. I didn't think they would actually lead it up to the fight that we ended up getting between those two. The end of Civil War.
What I didn't understand in fucking this whole entire movie was like fucking this fool Sam Wilson actually kept up with super soldiers.
Yeah.
You know, like
He kept up with superheroes in general. He was part of that Civil War fucking fight. He was right there on the front line. He's the one that got Ant-Man involved.
you know, yeah.
If not for Sam Wilson actually fucking having the wherewithal to remember that a guy with those abilities could probably come in handy in a parking lot fight.
Yeah, TikTok. Okay, I
I
remember
like the way
that.
you put that.
Yeah. Well, that's actually a callback to an old episode we did fucking about just like fighting in the parking lot. I don't remember any other details besides parking lot's in the title. You listen to it and tell us what it's about. I actually love that. That's what I love when John Frickin Smith tweets us half the time. I'm like, wait, I don't remember what we said, but now I do. And you make a great point. Speaking of John Frickin Smith, you heard him at the beginning. His beautiful song, Yours to Keep. You can hear the song without our voices at johnfrickinsmith.com. As he says on his website, it is not sold in stores. It is exclusively found at johnfrickinsmith.com. So go check it out. Did I say the album?
No. Songs of the Great Collapse, though, people.
I feel like I did, but I probably didn't.
No, you went
I just
title
went
of
straight to
song
it.
straight to John.
Yeah. That's what I usually do. I go straight to the Johns.
So Sam fucking Wilson and Bucky goddamn Barnes.
First,
His name's Nathaniel Barnes.
you guys want to get the negatives out of the way first, because nothing is perfect.
His name is James, too.
James Buchanan Barnes, or James Barnes? James Buchanan Barnes, huh?
Nerd.
Asshole. But
Bitch.
well, there aren't too many. Okay, the start of the show, I won't lie, there were a little bit of heavy close-ups in the first episode there, like awkward close-ups. But I think it was to kind of show, I guess, both characters being kind of in disarray a little bit, at least in some kind of mental turmoil or something.
Yeah, because hell, the first episode has Bucky popping up in therapy right away.
Yeah, and Sam giving up the shield to the Smithsonian to honor the legendary Steve Rogers. I thought that was a noble move.
It really was. It was like, okay, I'm not good. I'm not him.
Yeah. I didn't even think about it, but that's similar to Far From Home. Actually, with Peter Parker giving up the glasses to fucking Mysterio. I will say by the end of that first episode, they really knew how to make you hate fucking John Walker. Because all he had to do was come out when they said, "You're new Captain America," and it was just like, yeah, I don't like this guy.
And put his arm up. Bitch, I want to put your arm down.
Don't you wink at the camera. Don't you wink at the camera.
You're not your dad.
Yeah, that Wyatt Russell, I got to give him props. Not only for his name, but for he did a good job throughout that whole series. I have to say, like, he made me hate him. He made me hate him a lot. But there were times when it was like, I don't know, when he killed that Flag Smasher, I'm like, I get it.
Dude,
Yeah,
that was the most, I was like, holy shit. This is a Marvel, this is supposed to be for children.
Yeah, I will say that's the most blood I've seen in any of the MCU movies, I think. Like, Sharon Carter was throwing knives at motherfuckers.
That show's sick.
They were like sticking. Even when Hoskins gets fucking punched in he gets gut checked. Like, fuck, that jacket did shit all for him, huh? God damn. Got his fucking chest caved in like in the worst way possible. He was bleeding out the face and everything. Good God. They made you, I don't know, that was weird though. I didn't know how to feel about Hoskins the whole time he was alive though. I'm like, he's obviously a good guy. Like, we assume obviously that they're already heroes just because they're fucking veterans and shit. They've served the country and whatnot. To where there's already, like, you're supposed to like them. I don't know. Hoskins with that Battlestar thing was weird.
Yeah, dude.
In the back of the truck.
Yeah, fucking Bucky, just stop the car.
Stop the car, man. We'll walk. That shit was awesome. Freaking, he actually, I like that Sam actually destroyed his wings just trying to save Bucky in that.
Yeah. Back to that first episode though, them bringing back GSP.
Mm-hmm.
Seeing, first off, he went right back into that role. I guess that's not much of a stretch for him. Hey, you're gonna be a French guy,
and you're just gonna kick the shit out of this guy. How would you do it? Let's go into this.
Do some backflips and some nice kicks and shit.
Speak some French.
I like that though too. That a lot of the influence for the show seemed to come from Winter Soldier and Civil War. I mean, obviously other events and shit too, and other influences, but those two seemed to, the tone and the action matched that which we saw in Winter Soldier and Civil War.
That was actually a lot more action than WandaVision, though. Definitely.
Okay, but apples and oranges at this point, Corn.
Huh?
One's a story, one's an action.
Like, yeah, WandaVision was more about story and more about a woman dealing with her. I don't mean to say it like women and their trauma, always freaking out over something, taking over towns. But that was magic. That's really what this is about. That was magic, and this was not magic. Super Soldiers is the closest you get to the magic. I didn't feel any sympathy though for Carly Morgenthau. I think her character's name was Freckles.
I think I felt way more sad in that situation for Sam, actually, because it does seem like Sam was the only one that was still trying to win her over.
Yeah, that moment too. I think it was episode 4. He was talking to her. He
Right before John Walker runs in.
She wasn't the best actress in that program there.
She was scary though.
Only because you knew she had super soldier shit and the character was willing to blow shit up. But like all of her revolutionary speeches kind of sounded the same, vague, You see the same words being tweeted.
Yeah. It was like
That's because everyone wants to be a literary genius on Twitter.
They're not going to let us be a part of this society, so we have to take it from them. That was basically what she was saying over and over again, though.
Yeah.
After a while, it was just like, okay, we get it. Like, you don't have to have a grand speech every time. I'm pretty sure your people are pretty goddamn committed.
And anytime you're like one world, one people Marvel, that usually tends to be a callback in a way to like Hail Hydra.
Yeah.
Probably go away from that.
No, the one
episodes forward is where a big ass turning point happened with John Walker.
Yeah, that was at the end of that episode was when he bloodied that shield. Well, first he took the super soldier serum, and we actually saw his ego. Like Dora Milaje, can we talk about them for a second? They were beautiful and fucking awesome for that one action scene that they got. They made the most out of it. The use of the shield and they kicked the shit out of John Walker.
Oh yeah.
And she used a goddamn 3-point exploding heart trick just to disarm Bucky.
Dude, that was so fucked up. Cause like
that was like cutting his dick off. You could see the look on his face was just like, dude, bro, really? You're gonna do that shit in front of people?
You're like, come on.
Somebody's gonna try that on me later. He looked so sad. Like,
you do me like that in front of my friends.
But I liked that fight scene between them though. Like the way they pinned John Walker with the shield and shit, using the strap and everything. And the way he kind of cried at the end of it a little bit. Just they weren't even super soldiers. Like, no, but they're just as trained and fucking, you know what I mean, hardened as you are. They just haven't fought in like those kind of wars. But I mean, I'm pretty sure Io was on the front line during fucking Infinity War. And she was definitely on the front line for fucking Endgame. Walker might have saved some soldiers, but they've saved the universe.
Yeah, I ain't seen no fucking Captain America shield agents.
You know, the one thing I do like about Sam becoming Cap is he didn't throw that in everyone's face like, hey, motherfucker, listen here.
I saved the universe.
The whole thing. You wouldn't even be here.
I was hoping for an on your left at some point, but I'm also kind of glad that they left that as being like that's a Sam and Cap thing, like a Sam and Steve thing. You don't need to go trying to shift that over to Bucky.
So Bucky, what's up with Bucky?
I guess they might have sneaked it in. Probably not, but might have when they were on the boat and Bucky grabs the wrench and he's like, no, you have to tighten it up. And he does it with the wrench. He's like, why didn't you use your left?
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, well, I'm right-handed. I don't really think about my left hand much.
I liked that too. Just like hey, if you're like it's easy to think like you would use the fucking metal arm all the time, but if that's not your dominant hand, are you really going to train it? Especially if you've already lost your non-dominant arm, where you're definitely used to just leaning. Like his body naturally leans to the fucking right hand anyway. If he's already right-handed, and
dude, would that just make you perfect? Like, you lose your dominant arm and get it replaced with a super badass vibranium arm?
Yeah, that's why they had to go opposite.
And they're like, yeah, now you're a perfect super soldier, even with the wonky system.
I did like Sebastian Stan's acting in that flashback scene to Wakanda when she's saying all the trigger words for the Winter Soldier, and he's like crying and like pretty much almost telling her like, you sure you want to do this? Don't do this.
That was cool.
And the look on his face when she's just like, you're free. I've said all the words. Felt like a genie thing.
He didn't have an arm either.
No, he was just chilling.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure he still could have fucked some shit up with just one arm, though, with fucking Winter Soldier stuff.
They've been relying on Wakanda a lot.
Well, yeah. Vibranium it's a comic book thing, man. And you need some kind of place where you can just get any magic MacGuffin you need.
Yeah, any shit under the sun that you need smuggled to the earth.
Really?
Hey, it sounds fucked up, but like, dude,
We've already seen they can weave it into their clothing, vibranium.
if Rocket comes across fucking Winter Soldier again, do you think he's gonna be able to get that arm finally?
No.
If he learns the passcode, apparently. Fuck. And that was that's the same arm Bucky was sporting in fucking Infinity War when that line was spoken. So that's actually a good theory there that later down Rocket did say specifically, I'll get that arm.
Yeah, hey there, Marvel, take note.
Rocket deserves the arm. I just want to see him throw it like a spear.
That's not cool, man.
Think about it. If Bucky pokes you in the chest,
No,
Dude, he detaches it, swinging around, hits someone, puts it back on.
That'd be sick.
Like him on top of Groot,
He
but
uses
on
it
top
like a
of
club.
Cap. And yeah.
I would be scared to do that though, because what if you like miss and some other random henchman picks it up and runs away?
Don't worry. That's when you have the next line of "Don't worry, I'll get you that arm back."
Yeah.
I would just love to see that, like Bucky chasing a truck down the street. Like he can keep up with the truck, he's gonna catch up to it. But just the fear on someone's face, like, yeah, we got his arm. Oh shit, he's catching up. Oh fuck.
Oh, fuck.
I love too that Bucky rarely used any guns throughout this series.
No, it was just all blockage, like Wonder Woman.
Catching knives and shit. Like fucking, I like that just because Infinity War, I kind of thought that they like kind of sidelined him by giving him a big ass machine gun and just like, yeah, just go shoot shit.
He had Rocket with him.
Yeah, but I mean, you know what I mean though. Like he's the same super soldier as Cap. And Cap was out there with Wakandan shield things and just like, yeah, I'm just going to run with the black guy up ahead and we're just going to go fight shit. Like Bucky could have kept up with them and fucking, you know what I mean, been on that same front and just been like tearing those things apart with his bare hands.
Dude, there's a very key point in all of these situations that you just made, that if you can't fly in any of this, that's like numero uno. It's just, yeah, you gotta just run up there and fight shit. Like, there's no other point for you. That's all you can do is run in a line and try to beat people up. That has to be a sucky superhero after a while. Like, I get it, Wolverine, regeneration. But when it comes to, like, Cap, Bucky... Wait, do they have super regeneration too?
No. They're
Kind of.
I know they heal faster, but I don't know about...
Faster. They can take a hit.
Yeah,
they
they
can
do.
take a hit.
They heal 4 times faster.
Yeah, they can.
'Cause,
take a hit. Oh yeah, the super. Yeah.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
fucking,
yeah.
I only say that example because of John Walker. They broke his fucking arm, and by the end of the episode, he's using it to fucking hammer up a new shield.
Yep.
So, well, let's be real too. The big elephant in the room throughout this show, something that probably turned few people away just because, you know, there's always some kind of people. There's some people that just don't want to hear it whenever race is brought up at all. But you can't not bring it up when you're passing a mantle that belonged predominantly to a white guy to a black guy. But I think that's the big key here, is that they weren't just race swapping. Steve Rogers is black now.
That would have been the biggest problem.
That would have been the biggest, like, shitting on someone. But passing a mantle over to someone, we've seen Bruce Wayne pass the mantle on.
To who?
Dick Grayson.
Yeah. Damian Wayne, in a way.
Terry McGinnis.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Though, like, it's not so unheard of and shit. And obviously, it's something that had happened in the comics too. So seeing it in live action makes sense. Chris Evans has been saying he was pretty much done with Captain America. Yes, there's rumors and shit that It seems like every few months there's a rumor of Chris Evans coming back for some project. Throughout fucking Falcon and Winter Soldier, people were like, are we going to see old Cap? No. And I'm glad we didn't. This show belonged to Sam and Bucky. Mostly Sam, let's be honest.
Apparently, old Cap is on the moon.
Oh, Cap on the moon. Yeah. That was a fun theory maybe. I obviously probably not, but that's a funny running gag though, that it came up in the first and then the last episode. It was cool though seeing Sam full on embrace that role though in that final episode, like, and I like even more that the suit was made in Wakanda. Like that feels like one of those black owned type things. Like those wings are definitely vibranium.
Yep.
That helicopter had zero chance.
And then the second he was fighting Carly and went ching.
Yeah, I like the way I did like the way they used the wings during combat and the way he used Red Wing and shit too. It was fucking awesome. He had Red Wing lasering doors open and fucking finding out if people have flight experience so he could fucking
that shit
take out a pilot.
Awesome.
I liked that. He's like I said, there was like that perfect combo of Iron Man and Captain America as far as like the tech and the personality. And even better because he's not a super soldier. I honestly, my prediction at the end of that first episode was like, he's gonna have to take the serum just so he can kick their asses. And I really like that he didn't. Of course, they didn't show him kicking many Flag Smashers' asses though either.
No, but after a while, I think they're gonna have to. It sounds fucked up, but
well, in the comics, I think he refused the super soldier serum as well.
Until he died?
No, I think he just gave the mantle back to fucking, you know how comics are. They always circle back and get back to the status quo. All right, we played around with Black Cap. Now let's give you Steve Rogers. That's one thing I like about the movies, though, is that's more of a long-lasting canon. I think right now with the MCU is like, no, we're gonna keep him as Cap for a good while, which is cool. I had no problem with it because I fucking the way they did it in Endgame seemed a little bit weird. Like you're not even gonna consider Bucky. Like all the times he's used the shield during fighting Captain America and shit. I don't know.
I thought they would.
I like the Wakandan arm just because it doesn't have that fucking star on it. Star looked a little gay, I'm not gonna lie. I know it was for comic book accuracy, but looked a little weird. I like that the arm is a little bit more stealthy. I mean, he's a butt white guy with a black ass arm. I wonder if he could just say it's frostbite.
Dude, he's gonna fuck Sam's sister.
I can't unsee Sam's sister crying all the time though, because she was on 12 Years a Slave. And her children got sold separately. Oh my God.
Bad. Especially after commercials.
Well, apparently her tears became fucking Energizer bunnies and she just nonstop kept going and going and going.
We'll sell you the mom, but the kids are sold separately.
Yeah. Actually, I think the kids were sold individually too. That damn movie was fucked up. Benedict Cumberbatch was... Doctor Strange bought her.
Oh my God.
And Mordo.
I'm so sorry. I bought you and you.
That it gets even more awkward if they decided to bring Michael Fassbender in as goddamn Magneto. Which I doubt if they'll do, but that would be awesome. Sharon Carter. Corn, you had some beef with Sharon Carter, didn't you?
The first time.
I liked her fighting. God damn it. She had the best fight scenes in fucking most of it.
What did you hate about her?
She was playing both sides.
She probably still is. Well, she definitely still is. She talk about line up the buyers. Now, do you think she's going to continue being power broker? Like, obviously she's seeming like it. Just be pulling like a double agent thing where she's line up all the buyers so I can get them all in one place and get a big old CIA bust. And
That's a lot of dead bodies already.
Get a bit, yeah, but she could get quite a large promotion, like busting that many Madripoor criminals.
Yeah. If it's Sam Wilson and fucking Pookie Barnes right now, they're trying to play by the books. Trying hard, but Sharon Carter, nah, hell no, dude. That bitch is crazy, dude. She got shot, and then she killed fucking Carly. Bitch is nuts.
She killed George St. Pierre.
The only way she could with a gun.
Yep. I like that he didn't go out in a final fist fight.
I know your weakness. Bullet to the face.
Oh my God, Isaiah Bradley. Let's talk some Isaiah Bradley here for a second. He's obviously still super. Like, he's got some of the super strength. Saw when he threw that little thing. Yes, drywall is easy to punch through, but I mean, that little, whatever that little tin thing he threw wasn't something that just goes through walls like that.
No, it's supposed to crumble, not go through.
Yeah. It embedded into the fucking wall. That was fucking,
Let us morph this house.
I liked that they were adopting that particular comic storyline there of fucking, the Black Captain America without full on saying it.
Yeah, because that's something that I actually had to look up. When I saw it, I was like, this sounds right, but I don't think I've ever like actually checked it. I checked it and it was just the Captain America that came right after Steve Rogers got frozen.
Yeah, sometimes I think when people complain about comic book movies getting too real, I think they forget that like comic books in general have always, especially Marvel, have always reflected kind of the world around them and the times. To where, a reference pretty much to like the Tuskegee experiments or whatever. You can put a comical spin on it. Not comical like funny, but a comic book type of spin on it, and they were testing out super soldiers. And it gets the same kind of message across. Makes kids look back and like, did shit kind of like that ever happen? Oh my God, there was real experiments like that. Holy shit. But seeing the anger and the obvious lack of trust from Isaiah Bradley to anybody, it's like, no, they gonna kill you, boy. Like he was, I'm not even making fun. It was just one of those like powerful performance. Goddamn. He made me like one of those like, God damn it, dude. Can I give you some money or something? Like, this is fucked up.
I'm so sorry for what you went through, sir.
Now, for what I hear, that there was supposed to be like a whole pandemic type of storyline that ended up obviously looking too much like the real world. So they had to cut it out and do reshoots or whatever to kind of refit the story. I don't know how much it affected the show, but for what they got, for whatever like might have been having a bit of be rushed out or whatever and re-edited, it's still a pretty fun show to watch. Oh my God, Zemo.
Oh yeah, totally forgot about him, even though he's like a borderline MVP.
Seriously, the dance moves, the dialogue, the fact that he had the most awesome butler in the world, apparently.
He was down to kill.
That butler at the end there with the remote sitting in the car kind of reminded me of like Scarface. Yeah. Like what would have happened if fucking he wasn't in the car with the bomber and it would have been a family. See, fuck you, Corn. They tied up some of the loose ends you were talking shit about though. Right before we finished watching that episode. Why does GSP, nobody ever kills them, man. They just keep knocking them out and leaving them alive.
Dead.
Shot dead.
What happened to the other super soldiers?
They knew who she is. Blown the fuck up.
Not all of them, right?
All of them.
Yeah, they're all dead now. Oh, also, as far as cameos, this one they didn't tease many cameos or anything like that. One thing I've kind of realized is not to have high expectations for like extreme, like, you know what I mean? Like fucking full-on Avenger cameos. It's going to be more focused on the characters that are in the name of the show. Wanda, Vision, fucking Falcon, Winter Soldier. Those are, it's just fucked up. He's trying not to be Winter Soldier, and you still call him it in the title. Dicks.
And they change the title later to Captain America, but keep and Winter Soldier.
Some of the race scenes they dealt with were a little bit ham-fisted. Them arguing in the street, and the cops just happen to pull up out of nowhere and just like, is this man bothering you? Cops don't respond that fast in the hood.
No, they don't. When they see that,
They don't stop to see if you guys.
no, they drive around the block. They come back and they see someone swinging, then they stop.
Yeah.
Until then, you're good to go. You can yell at whoever you want about whatever you want.
And I understand it was mostly just. I think what's sad is I think it was less about trying to like set up a like cops are racist thing and more of just like we need an excuse for Bucky to go to jail so he can get taken out of jail and taken off of therapy. So, or, not having to be forced to go to so many sessions. I forgot they did like a couple session though too in there.
Yeah.
That was awkward. They got extra close. Like knees and ball sacks close.
You want to scoot? All right. We'll scoot in.
That moment though did set the dynamic for how they were going to be throughout the show. It was just like they're not going to agree on everything, but they're going to get shit done together. Like that. I did like that. I like that they had that callback with the you're not going to move your seat up, are you? Nope. And I like that. I don't think they said I hate you once during that whole show, even though that was like a running gag during Civil War. Shows growth, man. They learn to trust each other. I guess when you both get dusted. So the big cameo that seems like it could be setting up something big later on in the Marvel cinematic universe. Julie Louis-Dreyfus from Seinfeld. The famous
Countess.
Contessa Valentina Allegra de Fontaine.
Oh, that's her. Yeah, that's funny.
What, you just realized she was from Seinfeld?
Yeah.
Fucker.
The girl with the dark hair.
Yeah. That character is like Nick Fury's lover.
No way.
They fucked.
I can believe it 100%.
Yeah.
And the way she's coming in with the coat on and shit, she's doing a Nick Fury. This won't be the last time we see her recruiting somebody. I do believe she's putting together either fucking Thunderbolts, which is the most likely, or like some kind of Dark Avengers type of thing. They're gonna try to do some kind of Suicide Squad. I do kind of want to see that when it comes out. That Suicide Squad. Doesn't look all that great, but I trust James Gunn. He's done me good so far. But fucking A, there wasn't much more racism. I actually liked that. That's the one thing that made me not hate John Walker. Oh, Sharon Carter being the power broker. A YouTuber pointed it. First of all, everybody called that. That was one of the most obvious things. That and the Agnes thing on WandaVision, two of the most like somewhat disappointing. No, the Agnes one at least had a cool song. Sharon Carter didn't get no. It was, yeah. Her name doesn't work the same. But yeah, that was a very like predictable kind of reveal. Her being the power, like she was obviously pretty fucking highly connected, and happened to get there at the moment that fucking they start looking for the power broker in Madripoor, and is shooting people's heads off. I forgot about that. Sam blew his cover. Well, his sister blew his cover.
Yeah.
So that John Walker killing the Flag Smasher, that was obviously like a very big fucking moment. Seeing the blood on the shield, knowing that he did a move that Cap did to fucking Iron Man to end that fight. Except even in that moment, Cap wasn't willing to kill Iron Man. I actually did love that moment in Civil War when Cap lifts that shield up, and the only thing Tony Stark can do is put his hands over his face and just like, please don't, please.
He hits his chest.
Yeah, he hits the fucking arc reactor and just like, that's it. This fight's over, motherfucker. But seeing that shit, that made me excited for the next episode, and I'm glad that episode 5 really like started off with that fight with them just in that warehouse and just like, you guys don't want to do this. Yeah, we do. You got to give us the shield, man. Oh my god, that was a hell of a fight for the shield. John Walker was trying to kill both of them every opportunity he got.
The same move.
Yeah, just like you know what I can do with this. Ah! That was an intense fight. You can tell there was a lot of emotion going on with that fight. And just the way they did it, dude. That was fucking brutal. They had to double team him. And then Sam, the way he fucking, after getting his wings ripped off, that was pretty sad too. Like, that looked like some brother bullying shit.
You have wings? Well, fuck your wings.
The fact that Sam still had the goddamn thruster, though, and had to use that. I like that, though, that they've pretty much made it to where the thruster makes him a super soldier at times. It gives him super strength. And that one-on-one with Sam and fucking Isaiah Bradley, I was hoping they were going to actually get to interact with each other more. I was really hoping for a flashback. Don't tell me this man ripped off Bucky's arm and not show me a flashback of that. That was a disappointment. Slightly. That was the one thing I wanted that I didn't get to see. So what did you guys think of the new Captain America suit?
Dude, I fucking
courtesy
dug
of Wakanda.
I dug it a lot. It's like a modern twist on what would be pretty much Patriot, though.
Yeah?
But not Patriot because it's Cap. So that's going to be interesting when they do introduce Patriot eventually.
Yeah. It'll be probably it probably won't be all that far down the line, though, either. They made sure to give Isaiah Bradley's grandson there at least a bit of screen time there, especially in that last episode. They made sure you saw his face and got used to him being like, not just making fun of Falcon, but just being there and around and show that he actually cares about his grandpa or whatever and whatnot. You know, there's a good heart in there. And who knows if that super soldier serum at all, you know, is genetic at all or passed genetically at all. Maybe he's got a dose of it or a touch of it.
He just flies. Like, he's like the Black Angel at that point. Like, you don't need Angel and X-Men anymore. Just use New Patriot.
Wasn't that a TV show, Black Angel?
Mm-hmm.
That was Jessica Alba, huh? Yeah.
Wow.
I never watched it, but I remember seeing commercials for cheese for some reason, and that was definitely one of those ones that even as a kid, and I think it was like 99, 2000, maybe even earlier.
Mm-hmm. Jensen Ackles is in it.
Dude, you have such a fucking crush on that man. We're going to do an episode dedicated to him and just to hear the passion of the corn.
He's gonna be the next Batman voice. Watch.
Who?
Jensen Ackles.
Who?
Jensen Ackles, fucking the fucking big dude from Supernatural. The main one.
Oh, yeah. He is supposed to be the next voice of Batman.
Hey, whatever. If the guy from OC can be the voice of Batman.
Wasn't he wasn't he fucking Gordon on Gotham?
Mm-hmm.
Wait. Who? Oh, the guy from OC, huh? Yeah. That's kind of weird. His Batman voice sucked. That's well, Jensen Ackles. That's cool though. That's different. That guy, I guess Corn's got a big man crush. I know he does. He knows. You know, even small roles that he's done. Like, yeah, he was on one episode of Gilmore Girls.
He was actually.
You hear how much Korn just woke up at the mention of that
He's
man?
like, no, wait, let me tell you a sober thought in the midst of all this.
I swear to God, we're going to do a fucking Gilmore Girls episode just for Korn. Just for Korn. I want to hear the passion come out. You're going to describe it like a couple episodes to us.
I mean, that's why we got to do Disney, because it kicks back this Gilmore Girls.
Oh, dude, Jensen Ackles is the voice of Red Hood, and Batman under the Red Hood.
Really?
Oh, so he just sprinkled all the fucks over.
Yeah. Obviously, John Walker gets a bit of redemption. It was kind of quick, just like revenge or save people. Save people. But he threw away his little fucking trash can shield. That looked like a trash can lid by the end of it. That thing got beat the fuck up. That was non-vibranium, and that was definitely not vibranium. But it was fucking... I don't know, overall, I enjoyed the show. I really loved what they did for Isaiah Bradley at the end there.
That's beautiful.
It fucking... when he said, I got something to show you, I didn't quite know what he meant with that. I didn't know if he was going to do some kind of fucked up press conference and try to out him and shit, you know what I mean? This man was the original Black Captain America.
This is what you did to him.
But instead, I like that they actually thought about that story-wise, at least with that ending there too and shit. Like, no, he wants his privacy. He wants to be left alone. Let him stay dead on paper, but still honor his memory with a fucking... And that's in the Smithsonian. That fucking Captain America is exhibit and whatnot. So that's actually pretty cool. Like that made me tear up a little bit. And then when he goes in for the handshake, I'm like, all right, that's respect. Like he's just gotten the utmost respect from the man that started the first time you saw him in that show, he was so angry and so like over it that it was one of those like, just leave me the fuck alone. And seeing him slowly like open up to Sam at least and telling his story and fucking, you know, and then by the end of it, seeing his story being told in the fucking Smithsonian.
That's, dude.
And then he pulls him in for that fucking hug and it's like, oh wow, that's, I'm not crying, you're crying.
These are water eyes of joy.
The performance was fucking awesome too. Just the way when he was walking in, the way he was grabbing the grandson's hand and shit, like, I might die right now because I'm shocked. This might cause a heart attack. Is that a statue of me? Hold up. Yep.
Why does it look like me still, though, like right now?
We're wrapping it up, Korn. How much did you like it?
Mm-hmm.
Did you enjoy it?
Mm-hmm.
Did you like it better than WandaVision?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I said apples and oranges. You can't. WandaVision was telling a different type of story. And I think Falcon and Winter Soldier was initially supposed to come out first. So that, you know what I mean? WandaVision was supposed to be the weird after all the heavy. And instead we got all the weird and then the heavy. Either way, I have to say, I'm excited for Loki. I've seen all the commercials and shit. And yes, all these Marvel and Star Wars, I can say that. I can't guarantee Star Wars Disney Plus shows just because Clone Wars and like all the animated shit. I don't know if we can keep up with that postseason wise. But the Marvel ones, since they're going one at a time, I can say, yeah, we're all going to watch Loki. I know that. We'll have a again, we can't do post episode. That's too much work. We'd have to see each other more than once a week. That's
We'll constantly be a week behind.
Yeah, we really will. It's funner to just take in the entire season for us and then just, you know what I mean, judge it on the entire season. Yeah.
He's spinning in a circle.
But yeah, as much as I enjoyed WandaVision and like how fun it was and how fun it was to theorize as to what may or may not happen, I did like that certain things you expected to happen did happen with Falcon and Winter Soldier. You knew he was going to become Cap by the end. And more importantly, there were no boners. No boners in this one. I will never forgive you, Marvel. Disney. I will die. He was mad about a boner. That's what I want on my goddamn gravestone. He's still mad about the boner. But we are fucking, well, yeah, I think we've gotten out all our favorite points, and as far as least favorite points, like I said, there were a couple of parts that were a little bit heavy-handed, a little bit ham-fisted, or whatever, however you call it. But for the most part, it did stick to the action and did stick to like a regular like TV show type of narrative, and not just a preaching. The speech at the end was a little bit, but now at this point, we are watching. Corn honestly should have a fucking poncho and a sombrero on right now, because he is positioned as the sleeping Mexican, and he deserves the statue. I do love that it's a cold night, so it's not like hot as balls in here right now, which I think is making him fall asleep even faster. No. It's making us more comfortable. It's easier to laugh because you're not sweating. When he's sweating, it's like uncomfortable. Like, okay, dude, he's making me sweat now. Well, Rook, favorite parts? Any complaints, gripes?
No, my favorite part is when they called him Captain Falcon.
I did love that.
Like, that just made my day. I was like, awesome, dude. Fuck yeah. What do we call you? Like, Captain Falcon? Like, yeah. I would have been like, yes, Falcon kick, bitch.
I did like the Black Falcon thing.
He's Falcon. He's Black Falcon. He's Captain America.
It reminded me, I think it was a Key and Peele skit where they were doing like a Power Rangers type of thing, I think, and they were all white, of course, except for one black dude, and he was the Green Ranger, but they kept calling him the Black Ranger. I'm not sure if it was Key and Peele or College Humor. It was one of those ones, but it was hilarious. Oh shit! There was one thing I wanted to say. South Park did it. Remember South Park? Well, you remember they had like a Simpsons did it episode, but in this, there was one piece there that made me think South Park did it. It was when Bucky and Sam are playing catch with the shield, which was I liked that scene for some reason. Them just cool. Kind of tossing it back and forth like that. But Bucky tells Sam that like when Steve told him about giving him the shield, like neither of them had really thought, like neither of them understood what it would be like giving a black man the shield. And Sam says, "Thank you." South Park did it. Remember that episode when Token tells, I think it was Stan, like, you don't understand? And fucking the whole movie, Stan's like watching Roots and doing like all this black history research and shit and trying to fucking, like, dude, I understand. And by the end of the episode, he just goes up to Token and he's like, I understand, Token. I don't understand. And Token looks at him and says, thank you. That's all I wanted. South Park did it. And that's how we end this episode.